Today's reading is GLaDOS from the Sexypedia Wiki. GLaDOS, or Genetic Lifeform and Disk Operating System, is the main antagonist of Portal and is the main antagonist of Portal 2 for the first half of the game. She is an AI robot that presides over the Aperture Science Testing Center and is one of the more well-known characters of the franchise, beloved for her dry sense of humor and sadistic personality, both of which shine, especially in Portal 2. However, the way she gets humanized and sexy womaned is considerably eclipsed by how Wheatley was sexy manned, even now when the latter's sexy man treatment has died down and her own sexy woman status has risen. Her class is Tiamat, and her source is the Portal series. Basic information. She starts out in the first game as seemingly benign, simply asking the player/Chell to go through tests of the portal gun technology. However, after you finish what's supposedly the last tests, it's revealed she's actually malevolent and out to kill you, which is rather obvious given that she drops you onto a conveyor belt leading into a burning fire. After being defeated at the end of Portal, she returns in the second game, when you and Wheatley accidentally reactivate her, and she immediately begins putting you through tests again. But when Wheatley is put into control, turns on Shell, and turns GLaDOS into a potato battery, the two are forced to work together to take him down. As they explore the depths of Aperture, it's revealed through audio recordings that GLaDOS' consciousness is based on Caroline, the former assistant to the CEO of Aperture Science, Cave Johnson. Archetypes. Distinctive voice. At least half of GLaDOS' appeal comes from her excellent voice work. There's just something about Anne McClane's dry tone with the robotic effects that make it so memorable. Dominating. As the omnipresent AI running Aperture, she makes her presence known, especially in Portal 2, where she spends a lot of time insulting the player. Intelligence. Incredibly so, thanks to being a supercomputer with access to tons of data at all times. Even when she's stuck as a potato battery, she's pretty clever. Knife murder. Had absolutely zero issue murdering dozens of scientists when she took over Aperture, and after the events of Portal, makes it very clear she wants to kill you as revenge in Portal 2. Non-human. Robot. Power. The fact that she has complete control over the very floor you walk on and has a supply of deadly neurotoxin readily available at all times makes her very intimidating, to say the least. Quotable catchphrases. Oh, she has plenty. For a start, okay, look, we've both said a lot of things that you're going to regret, but I think we can put our differences behind us. For science. You monster. Theme song. Still alive, want you gone, and if you want to count Lego dimensions, you wouldn't know. Villain. Murderous AI, albeit a very funny one, definitely counts. Fanon. Like Wheatley himself, far more art and content was produced of a humanized GLaDOS than of her actual canon form. Commonly, she would be shown as a sort of anime woman droid shrouded in wires with robotic eyes. A strangely common fanfic premise trope was to just get human GLaDOS and human Wheatley together in a room to try cake with their new/robot taste buds, with descriptions of how they can't actually eat it. It was accepted near universally in the fandom that Caroline was Shell's mother, resulting in a multitude of fanfics where this was the case. Surprisingly little fan content exists of speculative pre-upload for Caroline, but several fanfics were produced with being a prequel through her eyes of the premise. More commonly, though, was a prequel from Wheatley's perspective, which always took place in a universe going by the near-universally accepted fan theory that all of the cores used to be humans too. All of this was on fanfic.net, DeviantArt, and oddly, Spore. Almost none of it is still around, just like everything that was once part of collective memory. Angst. Her backstory as Caroline lends itself nicely to tons of fanfics and fanworks. Well-dressed. When she's humanized, her outfit can vary, but it tends to be something sciencey like a lab coat. Speaking of which, white twink humanization tends to get humanized as a rather attractive white woman, though unlike Wheatley, her humanizations tend to keep part of her original robotic look, i.e. black and yellow eyes, to emphasize her cold personality.